as I'm riding along, I just had this, I guess you'd call it a flashback, like a real vivid memory of this event that happened. Because it messed me up so much, I'm like, what the heck was that? I just started having a lot of those. Then I started having panic attacks and things like that, but it was just a flood of memories. It was just freaking me out. I'm Pete, and I grew up in North Andover, Massachusetts. I'm the youngest of 5, and we're all about a year apart. Growing up, I think my parents at a certain point got overwhelmed. They were stressing over money, and my mom had some health issues. So we were just kind of on our own for the most part. They loved us, but it was just very chaotic. You know, I think I was a nice little kid, you know what I mean? I was kind of a loner, I'd say, because I'd go out on these walks all the time. There's blocks of time that I can't tell you what happened during these years, you know? Other than, you know, hanging with my brothers or something, you know? But one of the places that I could go that I felt safe, because I didn't feel safe in other areas, was their house. And Art was a sailor, and he had a 26-foot antique boat called the Wanderer. And so we spent a lot of time in the off-season working on the Wanderer, you know, helping him fix it and build it and all that stuff. Then we'd sail in the summers and go away for weekends and stuff on it. But Art was, he was kind of like my second dad, and he was just a super sweet guy, just a good guy. And he was the first adult that, first adult that like cared about me. You know what I mean? Like generally, he didn't want anything from me. He was just always there for me. And he saw my potential, and I credit him with saving my life. Yeah, I needed somebody like that, and he was there, so that got me through a lot of bad stuff, so. And I was searching all over the place for a group, and every time I'd call some place, they'd say, well, we deal with women, and but then I finally came across Bridges, and they said, no, we have a group of you. I'm like, that's awesome. I didn't know anything about Bridges at all. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know anything. But I just find it to be an extremely welcoming. It's extremely hard for men, I think, because it's so hard to tell your story to other people. Once everybody started talking, you realize that, wait a minute, there's a lot about their stories that sound very similar to mine. You know, even though certainly different things happen, the feelings and everything that they're describing are hitting home with me like crazy, and I'm like, oh, this is the right choice, you know. And you really, I've loved it because I never thought I'd be in like something like that, and I never thought I'd have the courage or whatever to say things. But you realize you get to trust these people and how nice and loving everybody is. I'm more comfortable telling my story, and I actually want to tell it more. I want to, if somebody asks me, I'm just going to tell them now. whereas I would never do that. It was so bad when I was a kid. I was so afraid of it that, there was one point I didn't, sorry, I didn't want to go on, right? So it was tough. And coming from that to where I am now is fantastic, but you can't do that by yourself. I tried and it didn't work at all. I would not be where I am today without Bridges, not even close, and probably a lot worse. At Bridges, you don't feel like you're alone, and everybody here does such a phenomenal job. Everybody's so careful about dealing with people who have gone through this stuff, that it's critical that they get the support that they need, because without it, I think you would be doing, a lot of people wouldn't have a place to go. And it takes a lot of courage to come to something like this, I think, for probably anybody. Certainly, it took a lot for me to get here, but it's just so, it saves people. It's really a fantastic cause and a fantastic organization, and I'll support it forever, because it's been so good. It was the love that I got from art that helped me say it's okay to love other people, The more I think about the people who love me, and I love them, and I love them deeply, that has really helped me heal, actually, to the point where I am now, at least. And that all started with art.